a world where equality is just another euphemism for mediocrity, where participation is more highly valued than achievement, where just enough to get by is the new standard of excellence. There is a small minority of people who fight back against such apathy, who struggle daily to reach new heights. These brave few are the hope for the future, the bright shining light for the next generation. They are the ones who will lead us to the places we have never dreamed of, to the undiscovered country, to reach goals only a few can even begin to imagine. Unfortunately, none of those people could be here tonight, so kick back and relax. Prepare yourself for several hours of fun, friendship, fascinating conversation, and fabulous music. All those F's, that's an alliteration and kind of a radio trick. Speaking of radio, you're listening to the most popular radio station in the history of broadcast radio, at least among stations that originate from Chris's living room. It's Curious Times. Your host is a curious listener. Here she is, Chris.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Curious Times. Wednesday, October 12th. Kathleen-Moore is here tonight. And just to let you know what else is coming up. Jen Young is here tomorrow. Salva Dutton from Australia is here Friday. Kimber is here Saturday. Sunday and Monday, I still don't know if Diana Monroe is going to switch back over to the Sunday and swap it for the Monday, or if we'll just take those 2 nights off, or quite what we'll do. And next Tuesday, Lisa Nolan Shalosky is back. So that's what's coming up. Still giving some consideration to either shortening the show permanently or switching to an earlier time or doing something. Got to do something. So maybe go an hour earlier. I don't know. I'm thinking it would be a lot of work for me to make, because if it won't work for the guests, then that'll be a whole nother ball game and might mean some swapping around and stuff like this. So nothing's changed, although I am going to continue with the thing if we're fizzling in the second hour and we don't have callers. And, I understand, I'm not trying to pressure everybody into calling every night. There's only so many times someone wants to read someone or get read. And so to the extent that there's no questions or conversation being generated, then I'm wasting my guest time, basically, and everybody else's time to just be here trying to grasp at straws for something to talk about. So that's, we'll see. It's something that I think needs to be looked at. And so, anyhow, there you go. So don't be surprised. You know what I mean? That if things are a little slow in that second hour, that I just shut it down and off we go. And, that works for you guys in the East. It's just that people seem to have a hard time getting here for 10 p.m. And so I don't really know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do, but I think something has to change here. And so we'll just play it by ear, and I will, of course, keep you guys apprised of the situation. So Kathleen-Moore everybody pretty much knows Kathleen by now. She's a psychic medium and spiritual counselor and an ordained minister. She's been doing this for 25 years plus, and she also does private gallery readings, house clearings, and motivational speaking events. And to contact her, you can actually call her at 330-554-8202, or you can email her, KathleenMooreReading@gmail.com. Moore is with 2 O's and an E on the end. And Kathleen-Moore, psychic-medium.com. So let's go find out what's new with Kathleen. Hey, Kathleen.
Hey, Chris. How are you?
I couldn't be better, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing really good.
Awesome. What's going on?
It's been a busy week. This is my busiest month of the year. So I book about a year out on around Halloween, a lot of parties in this area, a lot of gallery readings. So I've been really busy. Had some awesome readings this week. Crystals are the crystal shop. I had a big open house last week, and it went really well. I'm just in a really good place. Things are good.
That's great. What was this big controversy? I never did see it.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, but it became a very lucrative controversy for me.
Woohoo! We love that. That's
I
good.
sold out of crystal phalluses in about 2.5 seconds after that controversy.
Wow.
I've never advertised them before. I've advertised them on my private page and my crystals page. I have little tiny, and they're tiny. I don't know if you saw the picture of them, but
I didn't. That's why I didn't know how it was all about.
Yeah, it was. They're actually quite cute, but in the picture there's a quarter beside them. Yeah, and their crystal vibrations are used for success. They're used for, prosperity, fertility, all that kind of stuff. And I put them up there because I had some extra ones. I have a lot of clients that order them. They're a bestseller. I don't have to advertise them well. It created some issues with a few people apparently, and I got reported to Facebook for pandering sex is what they said.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah. So I was locked out. I was in Facebook jail, and I had to deal with them.
Lines, I will not put dicks on my face.
And I had to show them what it was and that kind of stuff, so then they gave me back my account. I took it down and then I put it back up because I thought, I'm not going to apologize to anybody. If people are offended by it, then they can just, scroll by it or unfriend me. I don't have a problem with either one. But after that, it took off. I got orders. They're on back order.
That's awesome. Good.
I'm going to try to get my camera working so I can actually show you if you want to see them. But
amid all the problems that we have around in this world, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everything that's going on, somebody has to go be a little shithead and be a Facebook cop. I see very offensive stuff all the time on Facebook. I just carry on. You know what I mean? What is with people? These were the little creeps in school that would be running and tattletaling on to the
yeah. Yeah, so I understand that it can be, at first I was a little apologetic and then I got a little angry because I was like, why is it's my private page. I can put what I want up there. And then so I spent about 20 minutes being angry about it. Well, then I ended up having so many sold and so many on back order. I became very grateful for it. So it switched very carefully.
I find it interesting that they asked you to show you what it was because presumably whoever banned your account saw what it was and took it down.
Yes.
So that's a little pervert on the other end that wanted to see the picture of the little dick or something like that, the little Facebook admin pervert, you know what I mean? And now what answer did they give you back? So when they saw it, what it was,
they said I had to check with my the laws in my state for what could be posted. I had to take down the $sign of how much they were. I could only, and if I had to put up a warning that there was adult content, and I didn't put that, but I don't have anybody under the age of 18 on my private page, and that's where I posted it. And on my public page that I posted it on, there was, it's a sales site, so it's a public page that's monitored. It's not, and they didn't report it. They reported it on my private page. My honey, they reported it on my private page. The one that was reported was my private page. So then, I sent the emails and I did it was all done by email, but I said, so they actually reinstated me, which is good because usually Facebook jail is like a week, 2 weeks, something like that. where you're pandering goods or you've done a copyright infringement or something like that, and I didn't do any of that. So it was just a matter of, unfortunately, Facebook, people think they should check the stuff before they take it down and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, they just really can't do that. And they can't take a chance on something that's being really, really inappropriate being up there for any length of time while they, do that. You think about how busy Facebook is every day. So I kind of understand where, it came from.
No, I don't understand at all. Number one, with how much money Facebook is making, they could hire a few people and have more people. They could make themselves available so that if people can actually be proactive and say, I want to post this on my page, but I don't want to wind up getting complained about. Can I get, and Facebook can afford to hire some support staff to field these kinds of things, That's what bothers me about Facebook. Like, they run on it seems like no staff. Like, you can't get them. And like when I was being like harassed and having extremely offensive stuff being put on my page, they did nothing. Yeah. And when I merely posted a screenshot of a post that the person put on my page, it got taken down and I got banned for 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I thought I was gonna be banned, but then I sent them a letter and I'm like, I don't understand how this is. And they sent me that I had to check on how and I said, this isn't, I think they thought it was a sex toy. And I'm like, in the picture, if you notice in the picture, and I sent them a copy of the picture, I go, there's a quarter in the middle of them. You can see the size of them. So it became quite a joke. So now I have people that are like, when I reposted it again because I thought it was so funny. And I said, we're sold out, but, here they are again by popular demand. And all these people were like, oh, I knew the crystal cocks weren't over. It was just, so now I have them on back order. I have, another shipment coming in and, it turned out to be a really good thing for me and I'm happy with it. And I've been selling them for a while. It was just something I didn't have to advertise. They're one of my popular sellers. They're not something I have to advertise, but I thought I would because they're kind of cool, and I've been, some clients have been trying to conceive, wanted, to do a crystal for fertility. So I started putting those together and then I thought, there's a lot that these could be. I've always had, when I kept one in my office, my success went up, my, gratitude went up. So I'm just going to stand by them. And if people don't like it, that's fine too. But I did take the one was almost like a personal attack, but then I thought, it is what it is. So.
Yeah, at times I'd love to know who,
Well, I have no doubt who did it, but that's okay. I'll keep that to myself, and they showed their true colors, and now I've got their number, so that's where it's at. But it turned out to be very, very lucrative.
Awesome, good. You should let them know that. Thanks for such a dick. You're a little dick too. You're a little dick too.
They are really cute though. They are really, really cute.
Stand by your man. I'll play Stand by Your Man. Minus the D, right? Stand by your man.
I can send you a picture, I think, in Skype. So you can see what I'm talking about. It's just so cute.
Not to bust me, Stan.
I didn't say it. So yeah, it turned out to be a wonderful week. It was a good week. Things were good.
Awesome. Good.
Yeah. And I've been so busy, so I'm grateful for that.
We do have one whole caller for you for later.
Okay.
We're probably going to wind up with an hour show today by the looks of it. So it means we got to kill a little bit of time talking about something. Do you have anything in mind?
No, well, I was talking about. I wanted to talk a little bit about how people tend to get caught up in the emotion of what's going on in the world today, and I think that's basically what happened with me. Is that there was an overwhelming urge to lash out at something, and it just happened to be my tiny dicks.
You know what, though? Like, I'll tell you what, regardless of all that, like, all of that is causing some crazy stuff to go on for sure. But no matter what, there's election, all of that aside, you have these little idiots on Facebook that have no control over nothing in their whole life, and they feel that they have some power and I'll bet you that these are the kind of people that make multiple reports into Facebook on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like, I think that long after this election's over and everything else, we're going to see all the Facebook idiots still reporting stupid things. You know what I'm saying? I got
Absolutely. Yeah, I just sent you a picture of what was reported.
And so I'll just save that, and then Kathleen's cocks. Kathleen.
Everybody's going to want to see them. You're going to have to put them up there where my picture is. It's pretty, but like I said, it wasn't, it was what it was. At first it upset me, and then because one of them I took as a personal attack. I think there was more than one, but the other one wasn't, and that's it. Like I said, I got their number. It's good. And I'm really enjoying working with the crystals, and I think, like I said, I think the energy's just out of whack because of this election. This election's it's terrible. It doesn't matter who you're for. There's so much segregation and anger and negative energy floating around it that I don't know how any empaths are sleeping right now, but without aid anyways, because it's getting closer and closer. We're getting closer to the voting on I think the 8th of November. So everybody's at crunch time, and crunch time means it's just been a mess. But I'm in a really good place. I've got a lot of success. October's my busiest month of the year, and I have so much fun with it. I love doing the gallery readings I'm doing, and most of them they do it every year at this time. They do a big, party and stuff like that. So I've just been having a great time. So, but that's what all the controversy is about. The picture I just sent you, that little tiny picture, is what caused all the controversy. The two are actually pink, but you can't tell in that picture. So maybe it was.
I'm having a hard time finding wherever it got sent to. Okay. This again. All files. Yeah, I can't wait until all that's over. You know what I mean? It's driving me crazy.
I'm over it.
Stupid search. Oh, there it is. And where is the open file location? Okay. Hang on, please stand by. I've been overlooking it the whole time. Overlooking it the whole dang time. So it'll take a while to upload, but yeah, I can't wait, till that stupidity is over. But then it's just going to be, really, no matter what the outcome, it's going to be the fallout and craziness of, and God, I almost wish what's his face wins, because like if Hillary wins, then it's going to be oh this and oh that and that this and that and throw her in jail and blah. Like it's not going to end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's going to drive me crazy. I can't stand it. Yeah, those are pretty little.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where the controversy came out of, is that picture.
Yeah.
And you know, they're for fertility and success. If you flip them over and you put them on their side, they look like, the bottoms of them look like hearts.
There you go. It's just for me to go, I heart you.
Yeah. So that's what the controversy was about, that picture.
Stupid. Like we don't have enough problems in the world, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay, so it looks like there's probably two people. So let me take a song break. And then we'll see what happens, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's see. What are we going to play? Oh, now we got 1, 2, 3 callers. Three callers. Let's see. Oh, it's been a while. So it's 5.5 minutes. Nah, let's do this. Oh, yeah.
Still don't know what I was waiting for, and my time was running wild in dead-end streets, and every time I thought I got it made, it seemed the taste was not so sweet. So I turned myself to face me, but I've never caught a glimpse how the others must see the faker. I'm much too fast to take that test. Change it, and face the strain. To change it, don't wanna see a richer man. Change it, and face the strain. To change it, it's gonna have to be a different man. Time may change me, but I can't trace it down. Change the size, but never leave the stream of warm permanent sand. So the days float through my eyes, but still the days seem the same. And these children that you sit on as they try to change their worlds are immune to your consultation. They're quite aware of what they're going through. Change it and face the strain. Change it. Don't tell them to grow up out of it. Change it and face the strain. Change it. When the shing is left is up to her next to me. Time may change me. You can't twist time. Strange. Rock and rollers, change it, face the strain, change it. Dress good now, you're gonna get older. Time may change me, but I can't trace down. I said that time may change me, but I can't trace down.
All right.
Are you looking for a place to meet like-minded people? Perhaps you're a light worker looking for a safe place to share your thoughts and services. We've got a place for you. IntuiTalks.com. Join for free, post updates, blogs, create and join groups via website or radio or class package. The possibilities are endless. Join the all-spiritual, all-under-one-roof network, www.intuitalks.com.
All right. Whoops. All right, we're back. And let's go get Kathleen. Hey, Kathleen.
Okay.
All right, so we got 4 folks lined up for you now.
We have 4, you said?
Yeah.
Cool.
Got you busy now. Gonna work your butt off now. And so, want to just grab the first one?
Sure.
All right. That's a wireless caller. Let me go. Whoever you are, you'll hear a beep in your ear. Uh-oh.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi.
Who's that?
It's Dion.
Hi, Dion. What's up?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm exhausted. It's been raining all day here. Ugh,
Well,
Chicago is like cold.
Yeah,
and
sorry, but I got snow. I'm not going to feel too bad for you.
Happy Thanksgiving, Canada. I know I'm a day late.
What do you got? What do you need?
Okay, so I read some court paperwork today. Everybody knows I've been going through this family probate case. And you know what, though? The judge, in the language for the last hearing that he held, was so rude and called my special needs niece and nephew retarded.
What?
And I'm like, yeah. So my sister and I all night, all day actually, were like, how can he get away with this? So I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to handle this. We are going in like through an appeal, but should somebody be able to get away with something like that?
Not in my opinion.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
I'd need to know what the context was. You know what I mean? Like, in what way did he?
Okay, so when my dad passed away, he did put a special needs trust. It was more of like a medical supplemental trust for my niece and nephew. And when my dad passed away, the will was fraudulent, which we're still going through court to overturn that. But he referenced my niece and nephew as retarded. And, you know, that judge is now retiring, so he won't be able to even hear the motion to reconsider. But, like, right away I get the anxiety and I want to do something about it. But if I do something about it, is that going to affect the outcome? Because really you just want to help the little kids, you know what I mean? My niece and nephew are not retarded. They are disabled. But with that said, the whole reason, part of the reason why my sister and I are contesting the will is because they got hosed out of their medical supplemental trust account. And the attorney who did the transaction should be held responsible. And this is what we've been fighting for the past 3 years. With that said, though, I don't really want to make waves if it's going to hurt them in the future. So I don't know. What does somebody do with that kind of information? I don't even know. That's why I'm calling you. Do you have any information for me?
You still haven't really made it clear to me whether he was grossly out of line or what.
No, he was grossly out of line. The attorney said that he was grossly out of line, 100%.
okay, go ahead, Chris.
I was trying to find out what the disability is.
Okay, so my niece and nephew have their disability is part of like their DNA, so they're never going to have a cure. They do have a learning disability, but more so they have a protein deficiency. So like my niece is 13 years old and she weighs 52 pounds. And, you know, it's a part of like how they were born. It's just like inbred in them. It's not something they're ever going to be able to overcome. And they were declared disabled by the state of Illinois. That's where I live. That's where they live. So, like my niece's medication is like $6,000 a month. That's great right now because the insurance is fine, but we're in an election year and that could change. So we want to make sure that they have enough money for the rest of their lives that they can, you know, regardless of the insurance, they'll still be taken care of. But the problem with Chicago is everything is such a pay-to-play politician scheme here. So the judge was not on our side, and we are going into an appeal. But at the same token, I feel like he should have been more sensitive in
right.
open
court.
court.
The exact question then is what? Is should you appeal or what? What's the exact question?
Well, no, we are going to appeal. Should we do something else as far as like reach out to the media, or would that be just us getting in our own way? It
would be you getting in your own way. The gentleman that steps up says right away that you can take care of it civilly after the appeal's done and everything's done. Then you can take care of it civilly because you'll have more of a chance of winning civilly than you will if you bring it up now. He says to avoid it at all costs right now.
Really?
Yes.
So she means file a civil suit after the
file a civil suit after you're done through all this.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Okay. I didn't think of that. Thank you.
What, in the country where you can sue somebody for $1 million because you dumped your own coffee on yourself?
Yeah. He's talking about taking care of the repercussions of it. Just keep copies of everything because he says it's recorded. So I believe that he was, like you said, the attorney said he was grossly, might use it to help in the appeal. They might use it to help in the appeal, but he says if you pursue it right now, this is all about who knows who.
Yep.
And unfortunately, he's showing me it's all about who knows who. He says, and civilly after this is all said and done is what'll work for you. He says not to pursue it before the appeal's done. That's what this gentleman says. So I don't know if that's your uncle or their father or grandfather. It's a gentleman that steps forward and he says, don't, if you put all your eggs in one basket and the basket falls, they're all broken.
Ooh. Thank you. Can I ask you one more? Do you have a timeline?
He doesn't show me a timeline.
No? Okay. That's okay. Thank you for the information. I appreciate that. That helped me a lot.
I'm very sorry that happened to you, and I'm very sorry that that's the term that was used for such beautiful children.
Thank you. I'm trying to calm myself down and not I'm trying to respond instead of react, which it's taken me a long time to get there. So this is frustrating.
Well, it would be, especially with all the delays and all of that stuff. I mean, it would be very, very frustrating to be where you're at and then have somebody, be that negligent in a system where they shouldn't be negligent at all. That's abuse of power for sure.
I know, it's what's frustrating about living in Chicago. It's like, is it ever going to change, or is it always going to be this pay-to-play politics here? It makes me angry.
There's a lot of old school in Chicago.
Yep.
A lot of old school. That's what he says anyways.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Thank you for that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I wish I could have helped more.
Easy,
No,
Leon.
Thank you, Chris.
Take it easy. Good luck. Okay. I think we lost one, so we only have two more now. So, Andy. Hi, Andy.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Kathleen. How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Yeah, it is kind of crazy out there, isn't it, these days?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I just turned the TV off and watched a Mae West documentary on YouTube, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was really good.
That would be a lot better than what else is going on TV right now.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, I had a question. I've got October's kind of a crunch month. I'm in the midst of writing a big research proposal and have got a couple of big meetings scheduled with some big mentors who are the ones who have to, ultimately approve it. There's another big meeting coming up around the end of the month, like around the 26th of October. Just wondering how these are going to go, if they're going to fly with the proposal, or are they going to send me back to the drawing board, or?
I think two things, and I know this is one of them a grant?
I will be applying for money to fund my research, but I don't know of a grant at the moment. Okay. I have to fill out the proposal like it's being a grant kind of funded, but
then it makes sense, because they keep I keep seeing that there'll be some kind of grant that's going to bring in some money. So I do think the meetings will go well, because you're going to have to be filing for a grant for money to help this along. So I do think there will actually be some filing for an actual grant at some point. So I do feel these meetings are going to go well. I don't think they're going to send you completely back to the drawing board. They're going to send you back to a couple of stops along the way. Not all the way back to the beginning though. Just to get the wording changed. I see that some of the words have to be changed that can bring you more money. So, I do feel that it's going to go very well. There'll be some slight delays, but nothing major. And then I see some grant writing, and the grant writing is going to take place to bring in more money.
That's great. They, one of the mentors, I have to get approval to apply for a bigger, scholarship kind of an award by the end of November. And she said, your chances are slim to get it, written and approved by then. So don't get your hopes up, but maybe, they would have to approve everything, by November 30th for me to apply for a bigger award. And I'm just really hoping that money would be very helpful to conduct the research, if I could apply.
Yeah, I think it's actually going to go pretty well. I don't know who's telling you not to get your hopes up. I mean, why wouldn't you get your hopes up? I mean, disappointment's part of life. So what if you get your hopes up and it doesn't work out the way it is? Okay, so you have disappointment and you go back to the drawing board, but that's not what I'm seeing. Why would it doesn't, to me, that doesn't make any sense. What I see is further grant writing. I do feel that there's some wordage that needs to be changed. So they're going to send you back for that and say, listen, change this and that. And I do feel that there's a female that steps up to help you do that. She'll be like, this is what we need to do to get this into the next level. So I do feel that they're not going to take on anything that isn't going to help them in the long run either. So long term, what I'm seeing is it's going to go very well. It's just, there's going to be a little bit of a setback, but that's only because we have to do grant writing. We have to change some of the wordage. We have to, do that kind of stuff, but I think it's going to go very good. What's happening on the 22nd? I know you said the 26th, but I actually see the 22nd being a big date as well.
Well, let's see. What is today? The 12th? They want a one-page summary of the proposal next week. I know that.
Okay.
But I don't know specifically the 22nd off the top of my head.
Okay. Maybe the one page or whatever you have to turn in next week, they're saying we need this, change this, change that, use this wording, give it back to us by the 26th for the meeting on, the 22nd for the meeting on the 22nd for the 26th.
Okay.
So I see a direct correlation with both of those. I really do feel that you'll be applying for some grants. If you don't know how to do grant writing, I strongly urge you to find someone that can, or you take some classes on grant writing. Because
I have a good mentor. One of the people on my committee has gotten some awards, and I'm thinking that might be a good person. Who would be very helpful, in doing the wording, like you said.
Yeah, because I see a lot of the funding will come from grants. And the grants work so you have to spend all the money of the grant to get it the following year.
Right.
So I definitely see, I see the word grants, I see you applying for grants. Grants can be denied or accepted by one word. So wordage is huge on this, but I do feel your meetings are going to go very well, and then the grants come in after that. So I think you'll be working on grants right after the first of the year and applying for them.
Great. Yeah, I'm hoping at some point this could work into a job somewhere, or it will catch somebody's attention, for some potential employment. Our budgets are so bad at the state level. In academia that I don't think there's going to be funding for anything there, but you never know.
Right. There might not be funding there, but grants might be national grants. There might be there's more. This is bigger than that, I think. So,
okay.
And it might be more than one grant. It might be $1,000 here and $25,000 there. It might be, all different. I actually see a number of 1,000 separate from 25,000. So I feel $26,000 will come in from grants. It's free money, what I would call free money.
Excellent.
That's not a lot of money for what you're doing, but it's still
a lot better than nothing.
Yeah. So it's a start. So I think grant. I would also look into grant writing or taking a class at the very least, because long term you're going to need that anyways for what you're doing.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Well, good luck. Don't let anybody tell you not to get your hopes up. Always get your hopes up. It's easier to nurse disappointment than to expect it.
Right. I kind of wondered why she was pretty, I don't want to say negative, because I think she really is just trying to be pragmatic and realistic, but she kept saying, don't get the cart before the horse, and don't get your hopes up about blah, 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 blah. And I thought, now wait a minute,
Well, I agree with her without getting the cart before the horse, but Rome wasn't built in a day. This is a lot of hard work. It's just like people that get published, New York bestsellers don't, the woman that wrote, J.K. Rowling, she got denied by more than one publisher. Everybody always thinks that this stuff happens overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. It's hard work and a lot of rejection. It's just, and then the answer is always no until you ask. So that's what you go in with. You go in with high hopes, because sometimes just the energy brings in other energy. So can you be disappointed? Absolutely. Are you going to be disappointed? I don't think so. I think I think you have a pretty good chance. And if you don't, you're learning the ins and outs of the wordage, so you will have a good chance. You're going to do some pretty great things with this. I think that she might be pragmatic, but she might be so pragmatic she's not seeing the possibility of Ask her, well, what if we do get it?
Right. Yeah. What if I am ready in time
Right.
to apply? Yeah.
Right. What if you're going to be building Rome? It's not going to happen overnight.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chris.
Betcha. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. You guys have
You have a good evening too. Quick trigger finger.
Quick trigger finger. That was awesome. I can't wait to hear this.
So next, then Diane did call in, so we have a cell phone caller and then Diane. So we got, who's the cell phone caller?
Hello, this is Lorraine. Hi, Chris. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi, Lorraine.
Hi there. I had a really good reading from you last time you were on, and I just thought, well, I'm going to call in tonight and speak with that Kathleen again.
Well, I take that as the highest compliment. That's awesome. Do you have a specific question you need answered?
Well, I was thinking about it, and I was wondering if I had any of my deceased loved ones around me, or if they were guiding me in a certain direction.
Is your father passed?
Yes.
Okay, good. A gentleman, I'm only connecting with one energy for you tonight, and he comes across as your father. Like, he didn't say he was your father, but he's coming across. He says you have some major change coming up in the next 3 weeks. Oh. And he says it's just like you to make a decision when everything's, in awry with the holidays coming up and doing all that, and trying to keep everybody on he almost shows me like a rope, that has knots in it, that it's almost like you're leading a train of people that are blind. I know that sounds funny, but it's like you're pulling the rope and you're like, just hang on to the rope and everybody will end up in the same place at the same time. He says that, so I don't understand the significance of that picture, but he does show me that. Okay. It's like the family's behind you, you're leading the family. He shows me that there's going to be some major changes coming up in the next 3 weeks. Now, that being said, I don't know if those changes are going to be decision making, like you sit down, you're like, this is what I want to do by this date and this time, and sitting down and having your plan on paper in front of you, or if it's that there's going to be change forced upon you and you're like, okay, I have to roll with the punches. Everything's happening for a reason, and this is going, he just wants you to embrace all the change that's coming. So are you traveling for the holidays? Are you going somewhere for the holidays?
I'm not planning on it, no.
Okay, because he keeps talking about some travel that will be coming up right after the holidays as well. So, like, he shows me, you're in the United States, I take it then?
Yes.
Okay, because he shows me Thanksgiving, and I know Canadian Thanksgiving was this week. So he shows me Thanksgiving, and then he shows me he shows me December 26th, right after Christmas.
Okay.
So I think there's some travel right after Christmas.
Is it a travel like, not for a funeral or anything, just a travel like a vacation?
I have no idea. He doesn't show me a funeral. I don't see anybody being sad or anything like that. What I see is you organizing the family together for something. It's almost like you give everybody a rope. There's a knot in the rope at each location where everybody, so it's like single file, boom, 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 boom. And you say, just hang on to the rope and we'll all end up where we need to be. Like you start walking so nobody gets lost. It's almost like, if you put your hand on the shoulder of the person in front of you and walk.
Okay.
So, but like I see no sight. So that tells me it's blindly going in, blind faith, going forward, moving forward. It's going on the blind faith. He keeps talking about blind faith, but this is the image I see. The psychic image is, I'm very metaphoric when, with my psychic imagery. But he keeps showing me the next 3 weeks you'll have an inkling towards the changes and have to sit down, make some decisions. And he says it'll be just like, with you, it never rains, but it pours. Everything hits you at once. And it's every 3 months. It's not, you have calm for 3 months and then everything hits you at once. Then you have calm for another 3 months and then boom, everything hits you at once. Even if it's good stuff, it's just everything's all at once, so you don't second guess yourself, which seems to be a big problem for you. When you have time to think about anything, you second guess yourself, and that's how you fail to every test in your life, is you're like, oh, I know the answer, but no, maybe I don't, so let me change it.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Don't make it easy.
Yeah, I know. Well, I just said, does it say anything about like my job or anything that maybe?
I think the changes that are coming has something to do with the job, so that's why it could be a possibility that they offer to relocate you, or you fall into an opportunity where it's like I got to be up and moved in by the first of the year, which would be hard to do. And if you decide that you don't want to move, I think there'll be some major changes though, because he's showing me major changes. He says everybody's going to be saying, how are you holding up with all the changes you're doing? I do see it in a positive way. I don't think it's a negative. I don't think it's negative in any way. Because he shows me, he says the next 3 weeks, the next 3 weeks are the calm before the storm.
Okay.
So, but that, I don't want to use that term because that makes it sound like there's going to be this upheaval, and people automatically, when you hear the word storm, they automatically think that's a negative thing, and storms usually wash away and create new life and, things like that. So I really feel he keeps telling me this next 3 weeks is the calm before the storm. You should enjoy it. You should enjoy the downtime because everything's going to change. Now, you have free will. You have the ability to kind of push that energy out and not worry about it. But he says you're ready for change. He said you're bored, you're itching. If you could throw caution to the wind and just go, you would.
Oh. Well, does he look after my boys? Is he with my boys?
All the time, yes. Yeah.
Okay. We say they're going in a good direction.
They are. I do feel they're going in a good direction. I feel one is a little behind, but he's like you. It's because he second guesses himself. And he is his worst. You and him.
Yeah.
Put yourselves back. You are your worst enemy. It's just like when you, like when an artist paints a picture and goes, oh my God, it's terrible. And everybody else is like, oh my God, it's a Van Gogh. You're like, no, it's not the way I pictured it in my head. So it can't be, it can't be beautiful. And that's what I see with, and your one son does the same thing. He tends to be a little harder on himself and challenge himself, and he gets that from you. But that's the analytical brain. That's also the intuitive brain. You have both. Your intuitive side is very, very strong, and your analytical side is very, very strong. It's very hard to be in a physical world that you want scientific evidence and to be an intuitive and know that you don't have to have scientific evidence. It's really a struggle.
Yeah, it is. It is a struggle. Well, is that, and the boys are going in the right direction, you said, as I think I asked if they were.
The one is going is right where he needs to be for his growth and his future. The other one is actually stopping himself from achieving great things because he doesn't think he's ready. Yeah, he's always like, it can't be this easy. Yeah, yes, it can.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I know that's my youngest.
Yeah,
so.
And he's ready. He's getting ready to change direction as well. So. And maybe that's it. Maybe the next 3 weeks is the calm before the storm, and he's the one that's going to be changing some direction and everything, and it's intertwined. But he gives me the impression that both your boys are in really good places, and they're pretty productive. Is the one your youngest, how old is he? Does he have a birthday coming up? He keeps talking about his birthday.
Well, my oldest actually has a birthday coming up.
Okay. Is it January 28th?
No.
Okay.
No. It's
Who's
December.
What December what?
10th.
10th. Okay. He keeps showing me January 28th will be a turning point for your youngest.
Oh.
So.
What was that? I got cut off. Oh.
He's showing me January 28th will be a turning point in your youngest life. He'll go in a different direction. How old is he?
He's 20.
Yeah. So there'll be some new opportunity that'll present itself in late January for him.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that's good. But no grandbabies yet, huh? I always ask that.
Not yet, but they will be. They'll come eventually.
Well, I know that.
Yeah, not yet. He's like your youngest, first of all, really wants to. I don't think he'll have children until he feels like he's a little bit more financially stable and out of able to provide. Your oldest now, he's like, hey, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Him and his girlfriend are that way. They like their material things a lot, so
yeah,
they'll probably wait.
Yeah. But so there's a lot of change, and maybe that's what the change is. Maybe that's, the calm before the storm. Maybe there's going to be an announcement for that. Your father's not showing me, so I do feel it's something, and he keeps showing me that blind faith rope and the family behind you and pulling it and doing that. So maybe it has something to do with family and a lot of changes coming that way. But, he doesn't give me a clear view on what it is. He's just showing me it'll be right around the holidays, right after Christmas. Everything really starts to change and we're going in a new direction. Things are good at work though. I think, you're doing pretty well at work. I do think that you get bored easy, but like I said, you and your youngest son tend to, everything falls into place. The puzzle pieces are working and I know where everything's going. It can't be that easy. So let me throw a monkey wrench into it,
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Well, I'm glad my dad's around. That's good to hear.
Yeah, he's pretty strong energy right now. I don't know if that's because we're right around the, I hate to use the term anniversary of his passing, but he gives me the impression that he's very strong right around that time, and I don't know what month he passed, but.
Okay. And that's actually March, right? And my youngest son's birthday, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's been around quite a bit lately, so.
Well, that's
calm before the storm and drink your tea and enjoy it.
Okay.
Well, you can.
Yeah, exactly. Why I can. Well, thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate your time.
You're very welcome. Good luck with everything.
Okay, and have a good night, Chris.
You too. Thanks, Lorraine. Take care. And triggered her again. You got Diane. Hi, Diane. How are you? Happy late Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too. I'm okay. Yeah. My question would be, moving November 1st, and let's see. Oh yeah. Is there anything from Spirit that you let me know sort of what I should prepare for?
I couldn't hear her. She broke up the whole time.
Speak up a little bit, and you broke up twice. So she's saying she has to move from first, and is there anything from Spirit that telling her what to prepare for with this move? Is there something that she's going to find out about? What's she walking into?
I think the move is essential for her. I think it's essential for her health and well-being. I think the move is a good thing, and I think you have to embrace this as a permanent positive step forward, not a permanent negative step forward.
Yeah, is there anything else?
I can't hear her. She's breaking up so bad I can't hear her.
Unforeseen.
Yeah.
Is there anything that's going to come up that she's not prepared for?
Not that I can see, no. Did she find the place with the fence that we described the last time? Is that where you're moving?
There is a fence. I'm not sure if it's exactly how you described it. You're saying
Okay.
or
Is there a
something.
big Douglas fir or pine tree right out to the, if you were looking out your back door to the left?
Well, actually, at close to the office part there is, but I'm at the back where I'm just. There might be trees because they showed me two places, and then the one they showed me there was workmen and everything, but there was this high fence that had like a scooped gate.
Okay.
And there's a bit of trees. But,
do you want to move there?
Yeah, because the other one was further away, even though I'll do financially. And other than that, yeah, but it feels good. I'm just concerned.
She's breaking up, Chris. I can't hear a word she's saying.
It feels good, but can you just speak up, Diane? She's not really breaking up at all.
Okay. Yeah, it's my sinus infection. I just wondered if there's anything that I or do to make sure I have enough money.
Quit smoking.
Yeah, that would help too. No, it's actually infection from the mold. But
right.
Yeah.
I definitely. But you also smoke, don't you?
Yeah, I smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, they just told me to tell you to quit smoking. You'll save yourself $700 a month.
Not that much, but yeah, a lot less. Okay. Okay, thanks. Yeah,
You asked a question, I answered it.
I don't spend that much, believe me. Yeah. Okay, great. I just wondered because I thought
they're showing me that once the move takes place, and if you quit smoking, you'll have an extra $700 a month. So the move is probably going to save you money on rent anyways, correct?
No, it's going to cost me a heck of a lot more.
Okay.
But I mean, the mover guy is not going to charge me.
Okay.
But,
well, I think your health and well-being is this move is absolutely needed for your health and well-being, especially with the mold exposure. I feel the house that you're moving into or the place you're moving into is very, very cozy. It's very homey. It has a very positive energy. I feel you like it there, like you settle in very quickly. I feel like you really, really like the place. I think it's going to be a long-term place once you move in. You'll start sleeping better. You'll start to feel better. The gentleman that's giving me the information keeps waggling his finger saying you have to quit smoking. You can't expect to get better and keep smoking. So that's what he told me to tell you. And then he's telling me that over this course of this next year, when you quit smoking, you'll have an extra $700 in your pocket. So I don't know, I can only tell you what he tells me, and that's what he told me. So I think the move is going to be a phenomenal thing for you. I think you'll always find a way to land on your feet because that's what you do and that's what you're good at. I just think you'll do it in a place that you feel much more at home and safer in than where you're at now. And that'll make a big difference with how you're feeling and money, everything. It'll start bringing some positive energy in.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks. That's cool.
Good luck with the move.
Oh, thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you. Thanks,
sure.
Chris. Yeah,
and you take it easy, Diane.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I know that for me, it's cheap. I think it's cheaper here than in Ontario to smoke. And I was like rolling my own, but a tub of tobacco was costing me $100 a week. That's like equivalent to one carton a week, and that was like so. I saved a pile of money when I started vaping instead of smoking cigarettes. So. So you shall save quite a, just cut it down or go on the e-cigarette, Diane, seriously. And then you'll save every month you'll save and you'll still get that feeling like you're smoking. And,
the new place she's moving into looks absolutely awesome. She looks happy. It looks bright and airy. She looks healthier. Like, I definitely see, I've never met her, so I don't know what she looks like physically, but what I see, I'm pretty good at seeing psychically how people look. I see that the big bags under her eyes start to disappear, like the dark circles that I feel she gets from the mold exposure. I see her sleeping. I see, sleeping well. I definitely see her connecting with some neighbors. It just looks like a happier, healthier place for her all the way around. So I think that's a really good thing. I think she's moving in a really good direction.
Perfect. All right. Well, guess what? That's it. We got no more callers. So I would simply think that I don't think we do. If there is right now, you should press 1 and say so. But I think I got everybody. Tomorrow we got Jen Young here, and so I guess we're gonna call her early, Kathleen.
That's fine with me.
Well, being as busy as you are anyway, you know what I mean? You can actually get maybe an extra hour's sleep or something like that. That might be nice.
I have been really busy. I'm just so excited. Things are really, really good right now, and I'm happy about that.
Get on it and call me whenever, you know what I mean? Give me a shout.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, everybody, so tomorrow night, Jen Young, and be there or be square, and have a great rest of the night. Thank you so much for being here, and I got to get my quit page up. In 3, 2, 1.5, 1 3/4.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Kathleen. Kathleen Moore, KathleenMoore, psychic-medium.com. And thanks for your time, Kathleen. Appreciate it. See you guys. Peace out.
Out.